I dare say that when you're out and about, when you're talking to women, you have a hard time connecting with them. You have a hard time interacting with them in a social way because you probably clicked on this video today because you're a filthy porn addict and you need to sort your life out. No, but yeah, this video I'm going to be going through the damage done by porn and how it's affecting your life, how it's killing your motivation, and exactly why you need to get off it right now. So anyway, let's get into it. So the first thing is, when you watch porn, it makes you view women as sex objects. It makes you view them as a hole for your dick, basically. Think about it like this. If you're someone who watches porn a lot, the chances are that you're probably not someone who gets a lot of sex, who meets a lot of women, who is in a committed relationship. And if you are in a committed relationship and you're watching porn, probably not going to be very good for your relationship. Just going to say that now. If you're watching a lot of porn, your mind is subconsciously being programmed to just see women as sexual objects, because you think about it, every time you might get aroused, you might get horny or whatever, you get craving to watch porn, you're going to get your phone out and you're just going to go on those websites, and then you're just going to do your business and turn it off. And the thing is with that, because you're watching a video, you're watching someone that you're not connecting with on an intimate level, someone who's just literally just a video of two people having sex or whatever, you don't have that connection there, there's no intimacy, and it's as if no one's there, because realistically no one is there. You won't feel the presence of another person. You're training your brain to interpret women in that way without even realising it. I dare say that when you're out and about, when you're talking to women, you have a hard time connecting with them, you have a hard time interacting with them in a social way, because every time you see women, you're training your brain to see women in that way. Those are the kind of feelings that you're going to get when women are around. You might find when you are talking to women, you're more shy, you're more nervous around them, because maybe when you see them, you just think of sex. Because of all the porn you're watching, it just comes to mind straight away, and it might make you nervous or uncomfortable. And you don't want to be nervous or uncomfortable around women, because it shows a lack of confidence. It makes them feel less attracted. Another thing about porn, and the reason why it's really dangerous, this isn't just for someone who views porn, this is just for society in general. It goes for both men and women, and that is that it sets unrealistic body standards. You see, most of the men and women in porn videos, you look at a man who's got a giant horse cock that's like, 12 inches long, which, by the way, that's not a normal size. It's probably been enhanced somehow. And obviously a lot of women in porn videos, massive fake tits. It's not real, fake ass, whatever, not real. And most of the men, they're probably on steroids anyway. But yeah, don't get me wrong, it's good to have standards, but to have these unrealistic standards, like I said earlier, you're programming your brain to associate attraction with the kind of bodies that the people in the porn videos have. And not just that, but you imagine you're watching porn over and over, and the guy who, you might be watching a guy having sex with a woman, you see his dick and it's huge, it's massive. That's going to make you feel really insecure about yourself, because you're going to feel abnormal, even though he's got an abnormally big dick. It's going to make you feel really insecure about yourself, and that's probably going to have a massive impact on your mental health. You won't feel normal, even though you probably are. You won't feel it anymore, and like I said, it's going to have an impact on your confidence. This is quite a big one as well. It's actually linked to erectile dysfunction. It's been found that people who watch a lot more porn are much more susceptible to erectile dysfunction, and that's to do with the idea that you can't get stimulated without watching porn because you become so addicted to it. It's one of the hidden addictions in the modern world. It's not something that's really talked about on mainstream platforms. If you're watching a lot of porn, by the way, a lot of this video I'm going to be saying subconsciously training your brain. So you're subconsciously training your brain every time are associated with sex, because every time you ejaculate when you're watching porn, you associate that with an erection, you associate that, and when it comes to the real thing, you can't get it up because you don't have that source there that's giving you that stimulation. You can't get stimulated anymore, and that's not a good thing. And you'll find that with porn, it's going to get harder and harder to be stimulated over time. Because of this, you're going to find yourself spending longer and longer searching through porn, getting the right video. You might find over time that you're going to be watching more hardcore sort of stuff, more unique stuff, because you're getting bored or you can't get stimulated over that anymore. It gets more and more extreme as you go on. Probably going to get to a point where the stuff you're watching, you're going to be asking yourself, why am I watching this? You think to yourself, if people could see what I'm watching right now, what would they think of me? When you watch porn all the time, when it comes to the actual thing, it's going to make it less pleasurable, because you've spent all that time practicing using your equipment to blow your load over something that's not even real. So you're used to ejaculating when you're not even having sex, so your brain doesn't even know what's going on. And this is probably the final reason why you shouldn't be watching porn, and it's because it's killing your motivation, it's killing your drive. This doesn't just go for watching porn, this just goes for masturbation in general. Ask yourself, if you're someone who masturbates a lot, maybe once a day, twice a day, every day, whatever it is, do you honestly feel good about yourself after you've done it? Or do you feel kind of dirty? Do you feel kind of disgusted with yourself. Be honest. And I notice that when I do that, I have less confidence in myself. I have less motivation to do stuff. And when you watch porn, it's not just a matter of killing your motivation. You're diminishing your ability to be able to imagine stuff in your mind, to fantasize. You're no longer doing that. You're no longer putting in the work mentally to get that stimulation. Instead, you're relying on an outside source. You're getting used to just searching it up on the internet, just seeing it there in front of you, whereas you don't have that fantasy in your mind. That's probably going to impact on sex as well, because you can't fantasize, you can't look forward to it, because you need to actually see it on your phone when you're watching it. And it doesn't just go for sex, it's going to ruin your creativity as well. If you can't use your imagination on things, how are you going to come up with ideas? You're going to need to constantly see things, constantly look through Google, constantly do that just to get an idea. You're not going to have that natural ability to just come up with ideas on the spot. It's going to make you less creative. The solution to this is just stop watching porn. I know it's probably going to be hard, especially if you're really addicted, but this is something that you're going to need to do, because at the end of the day, it is destroying your mental health. It is destroying your well-being. Just stop doing it. You're going to feel so much better when you stop. Give it a few weeks, give it a few months, and your brain will slowly get back into the swing of normal life. So yeah, to summarise, it makes us view women as sexual objects. It creates unrealistic body image standards. It causes erectile dysfunction. It's harder and harder to get stimulated over time. Got to watch more intense stuff just to get hard. It makes sex less pleasurable. It takes away that intimacy that you have with your partner. And finally, it just kills your motivation. Stops you from being imaginative and being able to come up with ideas on the spot. Makes you less creative. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. I know it's a bit of a controversial topic, and I don't know if YouTube is going to be very happy with me posting this kind of content, but I'm doing this for you guys. I'm doing it for your mental health. It's not just for guys, it's for women too. These things, they affect you both. Obviously women don't have penises, but it's going to affect the way you are stimulated during sex. Make sure you leave a like, a dislike. You know I like my dislikes. Leave a comment as well. You know, are you having certain problems in the bedroom, problems in that department? Are you someone who watches a lot of porn? Do you need some advice to help you come off of it? Let's get a discussion going. Do you even agree with what I'm saying? Just let me know down in the comments. We'll talk about it. Make sure you subscribe. It really helps me out. It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps me massively. Try to get to 50 subscribers, so if you guys can help me do that, I think you're absolute legends if you do. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. Bye.